Within this video, we will talk about the page of the HTTP authentications. So in the case of an HTTP authentication, we don't have any within the system yet, but we are about to create one. So if we click on creating one, we could say, for example, that we want to do a Magento 2 bearing token authentication, for example. So within here, we can then say, okay, we want to have a bearing token and we want to provide our bearing token in here. Of course, this is not a complete valid bearing token, but if we were to set one in there, we could hit the save button and work with that way. Also, to show some other of the possibilities we have for authentication, we can also see, for example, that we have OAuth2, which gives us a little bit more room to also show all of the other information in here. OAuth2 is the same thing as that also mentioned for the HTTP client. This is actually where we just do the part of the authentication. So once we fill it in here, we can actually reuse that in a client, for example. So in this case, we could say the same as before, saying, okay, we have the client credentials, fill in all of the client credentials, click on the receive an access token key, and then we'll store the key over here and then handle everything with the refresh token as well. So in this case, to keep consistency for the naming, we're going back to the bearing token and we would save that. So now if we go back to the overview page, we see that Magento 2 bearing token auth, and we can go to a client, for example. I already have a client open that we created in the previous video. And I can now say, okay, I want to do the authentication by the setup block that I already created in the other tab just now.